So it was right about this time, the process you were going through, they offered you 24 months in prison, right?
Yeah, first and foremost, you mentioned, about learning from my mistake. Well, I can't say that it was that because, it was hundreds, if not thousands of mistakes that I made. So, they offered me 24 months in prison. And look, I had a business, I had community ties, I had employees who depended on our company for income to support their family. And, 24 months in prison, I look like I belong in prison. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. I said that to my lawyer. I was like, I can't go to prison. Are you kidding me? And it wasn't the fact that I don't think I could handle it. I don't think that I honestly feel like if I did go to prison, I would have used that experience as a massive tool and opportunity for growth. But the thing that I wasn't comfortable with, the reason it freaked me the out is because of the staff members that I had and their families and the sense of responsibility I felt they were, that I had to them, and the fact that they're being punished now that I did in the past. So I decided to fight, I didn't want to, we didn't agree with the 24 months in prison. And the thing, you had mentioned about learning and what other people do when faced adversity. It was interesting, when I got in trouble, I leveled up. And people were like, oh, that's crazy. That's great. You did all that stuff and to keep your mind off of it. And it's maybe that's part of what I was doing, but I don't know. I just felt like it was an opportunity for me to be like, you know what, motherfucker, this is a test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You can either act like a little and sit here and cry and complain and seek attention and sympathy for anybody who will value their time low enough to listen to you. Or you can man the f up, take responsibility, and take control of what you can control, which is a lot. At that point, I couldn't control what was happening between my attorneys and the state prosecutor. All I knew is that I was in control of what I could control. So I stepped my game up with my business, my community involvement. I actually won a competition, which we joke around with that, during that process.
Me and Chris are the last place guys all the time.
Yeah. I'm proud of it, man. I don't do the shows, to win trophies. I do it as an accountability measure to get fit, to get to that, let's be real. You can't just get in that level of shape just to fuck around, So, I use that trying time to man up and to just better myself, and just be a better human being. And, after a long and comfortable process, the universe, after putting me through a very trying time, I was granted a second chance, and I obviously I didn't go to prison, which is why we're having this conversation now. Again, I don't take a day for granted. I'm super grateful for what happened. And although that process took years off my life, what I would tell you is I wouldn't change a thing, because I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about the people around me, the support from God was amazing. When I showed up to the courtroom that day, having 100 people outside the courtroom there to support, just thinking about that it's a lot, But again, the universe punished me for what I did, right? It put that in my life, put that experience in my life, but also I feel like the universe let me off because of that. Hey, here's your second chance, but just know, if you up again, I'm coming for you. And that's the way it works. The bottom line is this: if you do right by others and always do the right thing, it's always going to work out for you, regardless of what it is. You're going to go through some shit, right? Everybody does. Your problems don't make you special. As much as you'd like to think your problems make you special, it doesn't. What makes you special is how you react to the problem, right? So if you're going through some adversity, you're going through some just know that's the universe saying, all right, what you got? Show me what you got. And at that point, you have one of two paths you can take. All right, you can sit there and let that problem consume you and just soak up all that negative energy and sit right there and just manifest that and literally just drag that out as long as possible. Or you could sit there and understand that that's an opportunity for growth, get a little excited and all right, you know what? Game on. It's really up to you. It all comes down to your mindset. It all comes down to you accepting responsibility for your life and realizing that everything that happens or everything that's happening to you is happening because of you. And that's something I say so much. And you mentioned about being over people's heads, and that was over my head for a very long time. And it was probably about the 177th time I've heard it where something clicked and it resonated. Everything that happens to me is happening because of me. Everything that has happened, everything that will happen, we could talk about like my past, like growing up, right? Like that wasn't happening because of me, but I took responsibility after the fact as far as not letting that dictate my future, which so many people do. So many people let their past circumstances, dictate their future, and they want to talk about it and, just complain and like get that sympathy, and there's no value in that.